Horton Hears a Who has been on my to-watch list probably since the film came out. I'm slightly in disbelief that it came out in 2008 and it's currently on Disney Plus, and I finally got around to watching it, and I have to say I rather enjoyed it. This was directed by Jimmy Hayward and Steve Martino, written by Cinco Paul and Ken Dorio, of course based on the stories by Dr. Seuss. And we have a great voice cast, a fantastic voice cast, including, to name just a few, Jim Carrey, Steve Carell, Burnett, Will Arnett, Seth Rogen, Isla Fisher, Jonah Hill, Amy Poehler. The list goes on. Absolutely amazing voice cast. And I had no idea what the story was about. And if I'd tried to guess, I never would have come to the conclusion that it was about this. Horton, the elephant, finds this speck, and Whoville is in existence inside this speck. Whoville exists on this speck. And the film kind of made me a little bit anxious because nobody believes Horton that there's this tiny world on this speck, and he starts to suggest that maybe they're a speck on somebody else's world, and it makes me feel anxious to think about how colossal our universe is. But it definitely helps to put things into perspective that we may be the biggest people in our universe, but actually there are other people out there, other inhabitants out there, whether you believe that or not, but certainly in the context of the film, that is the case. And we, the viewer, of course, know that Whoville exists, and we spend a lot of time at Whoville and with the characters there, while Horton tries to protect them on this speck and also tries to convince the others around him that Whoville exists. And it's definitely a very creative story. I don't know how much it sticks to Dr. Seuss's stories or the story of Horton. If anybody wants to share any thoughts on that, please feel free to do so. But certainly for the film, I thought it was a really interesting narrative that provided some really good food for thought about perspective and about the fact that size isn't everything. Just because you're small to somebody, it doesn't mean that you're insignificant. Horton is a very likable character, and I feel like the way we went back and forth between Whoville and with Horton, I thought was very well done. The interaction between the characters, I really enjoyed, and the animation is stunning. The animation quality for this is absolutely beautiful, which is not surprising. So I really enjoyed this. I genuinely had no idea what to expect from it. I know that a lot of people loved it. It's got 6.8 out of 10 across 150,000 reviews and ratings on IMDb, just to put that into a bit of context. And I understand why. Great narrative, very beautiful narration. The narration is often done in rhyme, of course, as is the style of Dr. Seuss stories, and that's really pleasant to listen to as well. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Horton Hears a Who may be one that has taken me 16 years to get around to seeing, but I'm pretty confident in saying that it was worth the wait. I definitely recommend it.